pretty new, I'm going to provide something of a review mullet. Spoiler free in the front, party in the back. If you're curious how the movie is, but plan on watching it and don't want the spoiler, the beginning is for you. And I'll let you know when the spoilers begin. Also, if you like the shorter reviews, please make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, etc. I don't ask often, but it would be helpful. With that said, let's dive in. The Mummy is Lee Cronin's most recent film, following up Evil Dead Rise in tones and theme, and basically in every way except for the franchise name. This is absolutely worth a watch if your favorite thing about the Evil Dead movies is the zany action and willingness to be brutal. It is, however, a skip if you want a competent story, interesting characters, or a strong, deeper message. It is shot well, and it has definite peak moments, but it is not revolutionary, and it lacks a little bit of the heart I think it would need to be considered a cult classic. Okay, now on to the spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie, here's your exit ramp. Get on out. Go watch it. Come back, check out the rest of what I'm saying here. Lee Cronin's The Mummy presents a story of the Cannons and the loss of their daughter, while Charlie, the patriarch portrayed by Jack Reynor, is working in Cairo as an on-scene reporter. The film takes a bit of time to acquaint you with their family dynamics prior to the loss, the family that is in charge of guarding the mysterious black sarcophagus, and of course, we get an understanding of the stakes as the most sympathetic character maybe in the whole entire film dies immediately to a hook through the chin. Past that, we were forced to deal with the awful thought of losing a child in a foreign country, moving on, finding happiness, and then delving back in when the child is found. What you imagine would be like a profoundly happy moment turns into something horrific when the doctors let a catatonic, dirty, unkempt, frankly, physically brutalized child go home because that's all she needs. Look, I'll be real. This movie has plot holes so big that a pharaoh could be buried in them. There are moments where you just have to be willing to completely and totally suspend your disbelief and go along with whatever's being shown. On one hand, this isn't so bad when you've got some of the more zany and over-the-top action and gore scenes that Evil Dead is known for. On the other hand, when the movie is set up on a frankly indescribably awful theme of losing a child and being reunited years later with someone that is completely different because of what happened to them while they are gone, this is a heavy topic. And if you think of the real world applications of the theme, let's say like kidnappings, addiction, self harm, any one of these things that can really tear a family apart, it seems unwise to just assume your viewers will do the favor of turning off their brains to any sort of logic. Let me give you a few beats to make this point very clear. Aforementioned doctors letting their daughter leave care just because her vitals seem fine. They don't seem to care that her skin is covered in some strange writing and I don't know, maybe something adhesive. A plane ride back from Egypt back to the USA. How come this works when the plane and the power that the mummy had crashed the plane that was leaving Egypt before? Is it really just the tranquilizer? Why are the parents dragging her wheelchair up the stairs? Why not simply carry her and the wheelchair separately? There are two parents. Even if you make two trips, it's got to be better than what they did. How likely is it that the university near Charlie just happens to have a professor that can read an ancient Egyptian language from 3000 BC? They're not still in Cairo. They're in New Mexico. Is this like a normal thing that every professor knows? Anyway, why does the funeral end without any repercussions towards the family? Why do we not see the fallout of what happens here? There are so many scenes in this movie where something crazy happens and then it just flashes to the next scene and it's like Charlie and I'm spacing on her name, the wife right now. They just go back to normal. Like, okay, well, this is crazy and it's really bad, but nothing crazy is happening right now. When you just saw like a wheelchair levitating in the room, they just keep cutting